I'm going to walk you guys through one of my favorite striking fundamental rituals that I perform every week to get better at striking and my punching power. I'm Drew Dober, UFC lightweight knockout king, here to show you what I like doing on my own. You guys don't need a heavy bag, you don't need equipment, you don't even need a coach. This is something you can do on your own, in a gym, in your basement, in your front yard, wherever you decide to do this. In this ritual, we want to work 3 different footwork movements. With this entire workout, we want to maintain our connection to the floor and have alignment in our body. Anytime we feel that deviate from good balance and good punching power, we're going to try to bring that back while in motion. These are going to be 3-minute rounds, and I'm going to give you guys fundamentals all the way to advanced. Make sure, guys, that we stay connected to the floor. Punching power comes from the floor and exits our hands. So without a good connection to the floor, you're not punching hard. Round 1, we start with our jump or bounce footwork. I like to begin my round 1 jump and bounce footwork by emulating a jump rope. This helps me bounce in between my feet and creating the rhythm that we were going to try to continue for the entire round. Now, we don't really need a rope, so if you want to stop pretending like you're holding it and then start working your way into a fighting stance. You can switch your feet if you feel comfortable. I prefer to stay in my primary stance, but let's make sure that we're bouncing with both feet, shifting our weight back and forth, but both our feet hit the ground. As a beginner, we work our forward and back motions. As you get more advanced, we can work more lateral left and right motions. And for the advanced footwork, we're going to be working around a center point in a circular motion. Throughout this entire round, I want to be able to maintain the rhythm, maintain the bounce, and start adding different types of feints and movements without losing our balance and without losing our connection to the floor. The main objective of this round is to find comfort in this footwork as we're working it for the entirety of this round. Don't worry about throwing punches and don't worry about too much head movement. I just want us to be comfortable with where we place our feet and how we move our feet, because as we are continuing to add more movements, I want this to stay as comfortable and similar as possible. Now, this footwork I like using when we initiate fights or initiate rounds. It is from the farthest distance from your opponent. We are going to work feints. We are going to step our way in. This is a playing tag. This is hit without getting hit. This is what I like to call zone 1, and this is the farthest distance or farthest zone from your opponent. Now, as you're moving in this footwork, try to make it yours. Be loose and relaxed as you're moving. Learn the small adjustments you need to make to get connected to the floor, finding center, and start thinking about the type of attacks you can start creating in this motion. As you move around a center point or around your opponent, you can work different types of balanced footworks. Here I'm crossing my feet, working more of an ollie shuffle, getting back to my bounce. In this motion, I would like for you to stay relaxed and comfortable and then ready to move in and out as you see fit. Always keeping in mind that your opponent could step forward at any time, and in that case, you want to take a large step back and do a Sean O'Malley cross if you would see fit. Round 2, we will start working our step footwork. Now, as we begin this round 2, again, I want us to focus on where we're placing our feet. The step footwork is a single motion with each leg, but I want us to use both legs alternatively to each other. Step left, step right, step right, step left. This footwork is going to be forward motions towards our opponent. This is what I like to call zone 2, where you can hit your opponent, but your opponent can also hit you. So you need to make sure your hips stay underneath you. You are balanced so that way you can receive damage while giving damage. As we're stepping, we want to initiate for beginner levels, stepping forward and back, working in and then working out. Now, as you start getting more comfortable and more advanced, you work laterally, stepping to the right, stepping to the left, cutting people off, keeping up against the fence, or trying to get yourself off the fence. And then as we get more advanced, we're gonna work around a center point in a circular motion. This is creating angles. Now, with this footwork, we wanna step back and forth, making sure our hips and our feet are connected to the floor, and this will allow us to receive kicks, receive damage, receive attacks without losing our balance or breaking our position. In round 2, I want us to focus more on where we're placing our feet and our hips versus trying to punch. I want us to stay balanced, be comfortable, and be rhythmic in this stance, so that way we do not break position and we don't get caught off balance. And as we're moving and we feel comfortable with our feet and our hips, we can start being a little bit more defensively sound with our hands. We can start adding different head movements. But the entire objective of the step footwork is making sure that we stay balanced, ready to give attacks and also to receive attacks. We don't want to be knocked off balance at any time during this drill. As we get more advanced, we can learn to start throwing kicks with this footwork, knees, elbows. But for the sake of this drill, I want us to focus on just the footwork and learning to be comfortable while staying in motion. When you want to attack your partners or attack your opponents, motion is going to create the damage and hopefully finish the fight. Round 3, we're going to work our head movement, or what I call body rock. Round 3, we're going to keep our feet planted and we're going to focus on how our shoulders, chest, and move over our hips, knees, and ankles. I like starting this round with a kettlebell in front of me, right underneath my chin. This kettlebell and the weight it carries is going to try to pull me out of balance, pull me forward. I'm going to correct myself so that way I can move seamlessly over my hips, knees, and feet. The objective of this is to keep your head in motion, shoulders in motion, and simulate the in-tight boxing movements. You have your opponent up against the fence or you're in close, you're looking to finish this fight, and you need to draw your power from the floor and follow that power through your core, shoulders, and down your arms. Constantly staying in motion. As you fatigue, you're going to start feeling yourself coming out of balance. You can drop the weight, shake out your arms, make sure you're defensively sound, and get back into the motion. Without the weight, you should feel a little bit more light and loose and fluid. But I want us to keep our shoulders and core moving over our hips and knees. This is what head movement should look like. We're not moving just our head, we're moving our entire body off center line. Now we want to keep our feet planted to generate that power, but we need to keep our shoulders loose so that way we can hit a moving target. In this position, we're looking to finish fights, cause damage, and look for the end of the fight. This is what I call zone 3. You're almost forehead to forehead with your opponent, and you're looking to finish this fight. As we work this, try to visualize slipping punches, bob and weave, shooting for takedowns, level changing. We're trying to move our chest and shoulders. Round 4, we initiate the jab with each 3 footwork. Now let's start incorporating our single attacks with each footwork. For this round, I want to do the 3 separate footworks for a minute each. I want us to start off with the bounce footwork, and I want us to jab with this footwork. I want the jab to be fully extended as our foot touches the ground. This allows for the power to be generated from the floor and exit our hand, ideally with an assertive jab. As we start moving our hands, moving around in a circle, the footwork should feel similar to our round one, but I want us to be able to find our hand rhythm with our feet. You can touch the jab as your lead leg lands, but as you're moving backwards, you can also touch the jab as your rear leg lands. You need your feet on the floor as your punch comes out, and that's where the power comes from. Now let's keep in mind we're in zone one where we're doing the bounce footwork, so we're still trying to maintain range. We're playing tag. We want to touch them without being hit. Second footwork, we're going to go back to the step footwork we did in round two. We're going to step with each foot. Now, being a little bit more assertive with our jab. I want us to extend that jab as our foot comes to the ground. As we move forward, we step forward with our lead leg, and our jab will be fully extended as that foot comes to the ground. As we move backwards, once again, our rear leg will touch the ground as our jab is fully extended. I want us to find that rhythm and that pattern with our feet and our hands. For beginners, it's just forward and back. Intermediate, we can go left and right. And if you're advanced, you can start moving around a center point in a circular motion. Now, the third footwork we want to work with is planting your feet and moving our shoulders, where I call body rock. Where can we throw the jab as we're moving our shoulders? We're in zone 3 at this point. We're in the pocket. We want to make sure that our jab is pushing our opponent backwards. So as we're moving our shoulders and moving our head, find that opportunity to extend that punch, not just with your arm, but with your shoulders as well. Now in this round, I personally like using 3-minute rounds. So 60 seconds for each footwork, and you can extend it as you see fit, but I need you to work these three footworks in this one round while using the jab. Round 5, we work our cross with our footwork. In this round, we're going to start throwing our rear hand or a cross. With this punch, you're going to have to commit your rear hip into the cross and extend your body, making the footwork a little bit more difficult. So with our bounce, we want to be able to find that with our bounce, we can extend our rear side completely and pull back. We're in zone 1, so we want to touch without being touched. We're going to be light on our feet, and our cross is going to be similar to the jab, and it's going to be flicked out. As we get into our step footwork, now we're in zone 2. We want to start generating a little bit more power. We want to align our cross and committing our hip over as we're moving forward in our step footwork. As you move your feet back and forth, I want us to start thinking about the timing of when we want to release this cross. We want to do it seamlessly and within rhythm. The step footwork complements following up a jab or following up a feint with a cross. Our feet are going to be aligned to the floor, and we'll be able to generate power from the floor into our cross. Making sure that we're turning our shoulder over, our hip over, and our knee. With the cross, I want our entire body committed to the punch without losing any balance. Timing is key when we work the cross with these footwork. We want to make sure that the cross is fully extended and our hip is turned over as our feet are on the ground. Now we get into our third footwork, or our body rock. This is zone 3, and we're really close to our opponent. We want to make sure that our head is off center line and we're moving our shoulders, finding the opportunity to throw the cross while in that pocket. The cross is going to be generating power, but we need to make sure that our shoulders and head stay in motion for the entire time. Also making sure that we're rotating with our shoulders, hips, and knee without losing any balance. We need to be able to feel the floor without falling off balance. Round 6, we work our lead hook. All right, we're starting this round with the bounce footwork, throwing our lead hook. Throwing our hooks are gonna use a lot more of a rotation in our hips, which will make the bounce footwork more difficult than the straight punches. This is where we need to find the alignment with the floor, leg, and then our punch. If we are off balance, you won't be able to rotate your hip over to allow that hook to be fully extended. We want to find when the hook and our hip is rotating into this hook is when your foot meets the floor. So as you're bouncing, the moment your foot hits the floor, we want to be able to rotate the hip, then shoulder, then hand. We're in zone 1, so we want to touch without being touched. So this lead hook is going to be more of a check hook, a surprise hook. It's going to be more light and loose. Now we'll get into the step footwork. Now this is zone 2. We want to start creating more significance or damage without our opponent hitting us. So now we're going to move in and out while we find the step with our hook at the same time. In this footwork, we want to be able to block and throw the hook with each other. We move forward and backwards, laterally left and right, or circularly, and we want to be able to find our twist of the hip and our hook as our feet touch the floor. Really make sure that you stay in motion. When you're working the balance and the step footwork, we want to be able to move our feet the entirety of the round. Now we get into our zone 3, or body rock. This is where we're trying to finish our opponent. We have them hurt, so we plant our feet, we start generating power. This is where we need to make sure that we are twisting our core, rotating our hip over, and really moving our shoulders. Also make sure you don't lose balance. Make sure that your entire body is upright, aligned to the floor, and your shoulders are constantly moving. As you're slipping and bobbing and weaving, find the opportunity where you can throw the hook over to cause damage. In this position, I like working different movements with my head, circular, U's, or even slips. Round 7, we work our rear hook. Now we're going to begin working our rear hook with each one of their footworks. With the rear hook, just like the cross, we're going to commit our hip and shoulder into this punch. But unlike the cross, it's going to rotate our body over. So this is going to be really vital to make sure that our feet are planted on the floor, so that way we don't lose our balance when we throw our rear hook. Starting off with the jump footwork, we're in zone 1. And so this is going to be more of a light and fast hook. Can cause damage, but we want to be able to continue bouncing with this footwork. Forward and back, left to right, and also in a circular motion. You can throw a check hook with your rear side, but play around, but make sure that we're not losing our balance or falling over our own feet as we're throwing this punch. And then we get into the step footwork. Now we're in zone 2 and we're looking to cause a little bit more damage. Our opponent can also cause damage to us, making sure that we're defensively sound with our hands. But as we step with our feet, we want to generate the momentum. So we step and then rotate over with our rear leg. As we're throwing the rear hook, it should land as our rear leg touches the floor. For the forward and back, it could be a jab hook or a feint hook. And as we move laterally, it's just sidestepping with a hook. Making sure that we're moving seamlessly, rhythmically with our feet. The goal of these rounds is to make sure that we feel the connection to the floor and our feet aren't falling around and we're losing our balance. And then we get into our body rock. Our feet are planted. We're in zone 3 now and we're looking to finish a fight. We need to rotate our shoulders, move our head, and as we're moving, slipping, bobbing, weaving, level changing, we'll find the momentum and the opportunity to throw the rear hook out. This is an extremely damaging punch. This is how I finish fights very often. We need to get better with making sure that we throw it without losing balance, without breaking position. And we can also throw it off of our defensive movements. Round 8, we work our lead uppercut. Now we'll begin working our lead uppercut with our footwork. With the bounce footwork, it's going to be more of a shuffle uppercut. We want to throw the moment our foot touches the ground. As the momentum is moving upwards, it is going to be very difficult to find your feet and throw at the same time. That's where the improvement lies. We want to be light with this uppercut. This is going to be defending takedowns, moving away from your opponent, or creating angles with a shuffle uppercut. I still want us to make sure that as we're getting tired, we're staying above our feet are connected to the floor, and we feel balanced. This entire drill is to make sure that we stay in good position as we continue to work this footwork. Then we get into the step footwork. Now we're in zone 2. We're engaging our opponent, and then they can also attack us. We need to stay defensively sound, and as we're moving, setting up feints or throwing our jab, we're going to follow this motion with our lead uppercut, making sure that we throw the uppercut as our feet touch the ground. We need to generate the power and the momentum from the ground as we're stepping. So as you're working the step footwork and working our lead uppercut, I want us to visualize what kind of offensive and defensive movements can we incorporate with our lead uppercut. We want to be seamless, rhythmic, and we don't want to lose our balance. Let's play with moving forward, moving backwards, left and right, all of which is setting up our lead uppercut the moment our feet touch the ground. And then we get into our third movement, which is our body rock. We're in zone 3 and we're looking to finish this fight. As we're moving our shoulders, slipping and bobbing, weaving, we're going to find the opportunity to go from down to up, making sure that we're rotating our shoulder upwards to land the uppercut and extend further past the chin. As we're moving our shoulders and our head, what really helps is pulling our opposite shoulder backwards so that way our uppercut shoulder can follow through to knock out our opponent. Really make sure that we're not losing our balance as we're moving left to right and up and down in circular motions. Stay connected to the floor and use that connection to the floor to generate the momentum into this lead uppercut. Round 9, we work our rear uppercut. Now we begin working our rear uppercut with our bounce footwork. In my personal opinion, this is the hardest one to throw because as we want to use our hips, we want to generate the momentum upwards as we're bouncing in our footwork. This really, as we get tired and to get fatigued, we still want to be able to continue the movement, connection to the floor, with the ability to generate momentum upwards with our rear side. As you see with me working it, landing the rear uppercut without sticking to the floor is very difficult, but we want to throw the punch and get out seamlessly because we're in zone 1, so we want to touch without being touched. This rear uppercut is going to be coming from defense to people trying to take you down, moving backwards, rear uppercut, moving forward, rear uppercut. And then we get into our step footwork, zone 2. Now we're going to try to start causing a little bit more damage. Step in and then throw the rear uppercut, step back, throw the rear uppercut, left, right, and even circular as we create angles. I want to make sure that our feet stay in motion. In this zone, we want to be able to move forward and back and left and right seamlessly and consistently while making attacks. And then we get into our third movement, which is our body rock. Now we're in zone 3, we're in the pocket, we're trying to finish this fight. We're moving our shoulders, we're weaving, and we're slipping. Very similar to the lead uppercut. This side, we're finding what kind of defensive movement can we generate that momentum, load the punch and throw the punch, and make sure that we follow through with our hip and follow through their head. As we get fatigued, we need to reset and make sure that we're still above our feet, staying well balanced, and we're not falling all over the place. Round 10, we work freeform or full shadowboxing. Round 10, we get to be creative and start shadowboxing with all of our weapons. We begin with our bounce footwork. Now we can start throwing combinations and start learning what punches work well with what kind of movement. As we bounce back and forth, we can work feints, combinations of jab cross, cross hook, jab uppercut. You can play around and really find what kind of attacks work best with his footwork and what attacks your body gravitates towards. Let's have some fun. As we finish this workout, for the remainder of the rounds, this is going to be the objective. You can start one round with just bounce footwork and move to the next round step footwork, or we can start combining different footworks within these rounds. For me personally, I like going strictly from bounce footwork to step to body rock to really isolate what movements I'm trying to get better at. As we go into our step footwork, now we're working all our weapons. We're in zone 2, we're trying to cause damage. Using the jab to set up the cross, using the cross to set up the hook, all making sure that our combination doesn't leave us off balance or takes our footing out of positions. We want to still stay connected to the floor, so that way we can generate power at any moment in this round. Leading into our body rock or zone 3 movement, we want to finish this fight. This is where you can let loose, burn out all those extra calories and the amount of energy that you have. We're working defensive movements with our combinations in aggressive fashion. We want to make sure that as we're trying to win this fight, we don't throw ourselves off balance. We want to be able to continue working our body rock, our shoulder movement, and our head positioning with each combination or each weapon without losing our connection to the floor or falling forward or losing our balance. At this point, you can extend this workout for as long as you want, making sure that we're seamlessly incorporating our weapons or our strikes with our feet. Punching power is generated from the floor. We need to make sure we have a solid connection to the floor, and then our hips and shoulders are moving with each punch. Ladies and gentlemen, this is my punching power boxing ritual that I love to do on my own in complements with my training with my coaches. With this, we're working on fundamentals with each technique and each footwork. So by the time you're with your coach, he doesn't need to tell you to do this at all.